You know, I always hated mirrors. Not because I was ashamed, necessarily, but because they seemed to reflect more than just my 400-pound body. They reflected the way the world saw me, the way my sister, Vanessa, saw me. Fat, unlovable, alone, forgotten. She used to say it jokingly, or so she claimed. Maya, you better get a few cats. You'll need someone to love you when you die alone. Then she'd laugh and flick her perfect blonde hair over her shoulder like she was in a shampoo commercial. Everyone else would chuckle along, pretending it wasn't cruel. But I never forgot. I felt every word like it had weight. By the way, where are you watching from and what time is it right now? I love seeing where all of you are tuning in from. I should probably tell you now. I didn't always weigh this much. I was curvy, sure, thick. I had hips and thighs and a belly that I sometimes tried to hide in flowy dresses. But after my dad died and mom checked out emotionally, I turned to food the way some people turn to religion. It was always there, always warm, always comforting. Vanessa, on the other hand, turned to attention. She got it everywhere she went. She was homecoming queen, dated football players, got a marketing job straight out of college, and never missed a chance to remind people she was the pretty sister. I was the one who remembered birthdays, who showed up when our mom had a health scare, who paid the electric bill when Vanessa spent too much on designer heels. But none of that mattered. In our family, pretty got the prize. And the prize? Well, in this case, his name was Anthony. Anthony was magnetic. Not just hot, though, yeah, he had that whole tall, dark, handsome thing going. He had dimples, real ones. And that smile, it was like he knew secrets. When Vanessa brought him to a family cookout, I barely said 2 words. I stayed close to the grill, acting like I was too busy basting ribs to notice. But I noticed. And he noticed me. At first, I thought I imagined it. The way he looked at me when I laughed too loud at my own joke. Or the way he lingered near me when Vanessa was off talking to her friends. Then one day, it wasn't my imagination. Vanessa was running late to brunch and texted me to keep Anthony company. I met him at the restaurant. He hugged me hello. Not one of those awkward lean-in side hug things people give fat women to avoid touching them. No. This was full body, straw arms, lingering a second too long. We talked. And we clicked. And then came the twist I didn't expect. That night, he texted me. He got my number from Vanessa's phone. And what he said? I wish I had met you first. I should have deleted it, should have blocked him, but I didn't. I stared at that message until the screen dimmed. And then I replied. From there, it was like a slow burn soap opera. We started messaging more, sharing secrets, then pictures. Just selfies at first, then flirtier ones. I'd send one of me and my robe, laughing at some joke. He'd send back a gym pic, shirt half off. It escalated, emotionally and physically. Was it wrong? Yes. Did I care? At first, yes. But then I remembered all the ways my sister made me feel small, invisible, disposable. I was tired of being the background character in my own life. They got engaged 4 months later. Vanessa made a huge production of it on Instagram, rented a photographer, posed like a celebrity. I watched the engagement reel like I was watching a car accident. And deep inside me, something snapped. I wasn't just going to be the other woman. I was going to be the woman. It started with the guest list. I told Vanessa I wanted to help. She handed me the spreadsheet. I added my own name, +1. Then I added a +1 for Anthony's cousin, who I knew wouldn't show up. I told Anthony to RSVP to me directly, told him what to say. Slowly, I inserted myself into her wedding planning until I knew more than she did. The week of the wedding, I did the unthinkable. I booked the same bridal suite she had for me. I got a dress, ivory, not white. I may be petty, but I'm not disrespectful. And I arranged for a cake tasting that accidentally replaced the one she ordered. And then the night before her wedding, she found out. She walked in on me and Anthony in the honeymoon suite. I'll never forget the sound she made. It was like something between a gasp and a scream. Her mouth opened, but no words came out. Anthony stood up, tried to talk, but she threw the bouquet she was holding, deadass, she was holding her practice bouquet, and stormed out. She didn't show up the next morning. Neither did her bridesmaids. But Anthony and I, we were already dressed. So we got married. You heard me right. The venue was paid for, the food was cooked, guests were arriving, so we got married. In her place, on her date, in front of her friends, her workers, her extended family. My mom cried. Not because she was happy, she was just overwhelmed. My uncle thought it was a prank. Someone actually yelled, "Is this part of the wedding theme?" But by the time the DJ played the first song, we were dancing and laughing and kissing. Now, here's the kicker. 3 months later, Vanessa started dating a news anchor, a guy with veneers and a fake tan. They eloped in the Maldives. She posted a smug caption, trading the past for paradise. But guess what? She's miserable. I know because her best friend now talks to me more than her. And me? I lost 60 pounds. Not for anyone else. For me. Because for the first time, I love myself enough to do it. Anthony supports me but doesn't pressure me. He still calls me my queen. And no matter what size I am, I finally believe him. But wait, here's the twist I didn't see coming. One night, I found a box in our storage closet. It had old photos, cards, and receipts. At the bottom was a letter, unsent, written by Anthony. And it was addressed to Vanessa. And in it, he confessed that he had been planning to propose to me before he ever met her. Apparently, Anthony and I had matched on a dating app once, back when I was heavier and using only a face pic. We chatted, flirted, even planned a coffee date. But I ghosted him at the last minute, scared he'd be disappointed when he saw the full me. Months later, he met Vanessa at a conference and realized she was my sister. He never put it together until he came to that cookout. He wrote in the letter, "I knew it was you the moment you laughed. I just didn't know how to fix the mess I'd made." So maybe fate is messy. Maybe love is too. But at the end of the day, I didn't steal my sister's man. I reclaimed what fear made me give up. So yeah, Vanessa told me I'd die alone. But the joke's on her. Because now, every morning, I wake up to a man who chose me. Fully, unapologetically, loudly. And I've never loved my reflection more. What would you have done if I were me?